International Sin Ayatollah Khamenei says death sentences should be issued for Israeli leaders, not arrest warrants. Details of these and more coming your way soon. Do stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now details of the news. The Managing Director of Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Nelfund Akintunde Sawyer, has announced that the agency has disbursed 12 billion naira in student loans to date. Speaking during an oversight visit by the House Committee on Student Loans and Higher Education Financing in Abuja, he revealed that 601,000 loan applications have been processed so far, with 221,000 approved and sent to institutions for validation. Sawyer also noted that the agency has received 400,000 registrations, out of which 120,000 individuals have received stipends. The fund processes over 2,000 applications daily and is committed to ensuring fairness in loan disbursement across all regions. He further disclosed that 52,000 additional loans were approved last week for disbursement to institutions and individuals. Highlighting the challenges, Sawyer stated that managing a fund of this size without face-to-face interaction poses risk of fraud. To mitigate this, the agency meticulously reviews each application individually.
We have 601 or so thousand loans that we have looked at to date. We have 321,000 applications that we have looked at, some of which we have approved and have sent off to the institutions to validation. Last week we approved a further 52 institutions for disbursement and payment to the institution and to the individuals, because as you all know, we also pay a stipend.
The chairman of the House Committee on Student Loans and Higher Education Financing, Honorable Gboyega Isiaka, commended Nelfund's effort, stating that the agency's progress and statistics is satisfactory. Isiaka praised the Student Loan Initiative as a positive step by the presidency, emphasizing the need for increased sensitization, particularly in southern Nigeria, where application numbers are lower than expected.
We are satisfied that the company is taking off on a good note, and all the figures and statistics we are giving, we are sufficiently satisfied. Few areas were mentioned where the company needs to be improved upon, and we are going to follow up with that. But in all, I think this initiative by the president for student loan for Nigerian students is something that is very good. And we're also satisfied that the management that is put in place, to execute that, are doing well.
And to other stories, an accident occurred this morning at Mile 2 on route Apapa, where a 40-foot loaded container fell on a car with registration number LSR 2933HJ. This accident was caused by non-compliance of truck drivers and the act of proper securing containers while in transit. Through the swift and coordinated response of Lagos State Traffic Management Authority (LASMA) and other emergency services, including the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) and the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency (LRU), the driver of the vehicle was rescued alive. The victim received immediate medical attention after being rushed to the hospital by the Joint Rescue Team. Security during the operation was effectively maintained by officers from the Kirikiri Police Division, who ensured a secure and orderly environment for the emergency responders. Following the rescue, the car was successfully removed from beneath the container. Efforts to evacuate the fallen container are in full swing, while LASMA officers continue to manage the scene to ease traffic congestion and restore normalcy. General Manager of LASMA, Olalekan Bakaruki, has reiterated the critical importance of proper container securing by truck drivers and owners. A two-story building of 6 flats at Block 131D Block Alaska Estate in Ipori early hours of Monday caught fire, and first floor of the building was razed completely by the inferno. It was discovered that the building has been abandoned for over 3 years and in distress, while some people are suspected to reside within the building illegally. Lagos State Emergency Management Authority (LASEMA) activated its response team from Onipan and contained the inferno from escalating further. Preliminary investigation by the emergency responders at the scene revealed that the building is already sinking and in an unstable state because it has been abandoned for 3 years, and cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. Fortunately, no casualties have been recorded due to the incident, and no injuries have been reported as a result of the inferno. Meanwhile, the inferno has been totally extinguished by the prompt intervention of the emergency responders, and the affected house has been cordoned off. Ogun State government has stated that about 30,350 individuals were receiving HIV treatment in the state. Dr. Tony Koka, the Commissioner for Health, disclosed this on Monday in Abeokuta at a news conference to commemorate World AIDS Day. Koka explained that children made up 2% of the population. The program is with the theme "Take the Right Path, Sustain HIV Response, Stop HIV Among Children in Ogun State, Nigeria." The Commissioner said the statistics highlighted the urgent need to focus on preventing mother-to-child transmission and ensuring that children living with HIV had access to the care and treatment they needed.
The prevalence rate of 1.6%, as mentioned by NIAID's 2018, this is a survey that was done in 2018. We are steadily progressing towards achieving the UNAID's 95-95-95 target, which is 95% of people living with HIV knowing their status, 95% of those that are diagnosed being on treatment, and 95% of those on treatment achieving what we call viral suppression.
Koka noted that the state had achieved giant strides in combating HIV under Governor Akpabio's administration. She explained that it was important to recommit the fight against HIV/AIDS. Dr. Koka added that by sustaining the HIV response and focusing on needs of children, a healthier future for all is assured.
The other thing we've done in Ogun State is we've provided some specialized machine called MPMA machines that would diagnose HIV in babies very early. So as soon as they're born, we can diagnose them and put them on treatment. If you treat HIV early, it doesn't then go on to being AIDS. So we're hoping that that also would give us some huge response.
And still on health, a new report by the World Health Organization (WHO) has shown that no fewer than 10.3 million people were infected with measles in 2023. The new estimate from the WHO and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) showed that the surge was a 20% increase from 2022. The report further traced the surge on inadequate immunization coverage globally. Measles is preventable with 2 doses of measles vaccine, yet more than 22 million children missed their first dose of measles vaccine in 2023. Globally, an estimated 83% of children received their first dose of measles vaccine last year, while only 74% received the recommended second dose. Coverage of 95% or greater of 2 doses of measles vaccine is needed in each country and community to prevent outbreaks and protect populations from one of the world's most contagious human viruses. WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, who spoke on the report, said measles vaccine has saved more lives than any other vaccine in the past 50 years. To save even more lives and stop this deadly virus from harming the most vulnerable, they must invest in immunization for every person, no matter where they live. As a result of global gaps in vaccination coverage, 57 countries experienced large or disruptive measles outbreak in 2023, affecting all regions except America and representing a nearly 60% increase from 36 countries in the previous year. The WHO African, Eastern Mediterranean, European, Southeast Asia, and Western Pacific regions experienced a substantial surge in the cases. Nearly half of all large and destructive outbreaks occurred in the African region. You're still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has issued a strong warning against misuse of antibiotics in humans and animals, highlighting the growing threat of antimicrobial resistance. Speaking at the conclusion of the 2024 World Antimicrobial Awareness Week, held in collaboration with the Royal Danish Embassy and Denmark's Ministry of Environment and Food, NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye emphasized the dire consequences of such practices. She stressed the importance of obtaining receipts for antibiotic purchases to enable traceability in cases of resistance. Adeyeye warned of escalating difficulty in treating infections that were once easily managed with antibiotics, antivirus, and antifungals. She attributed the spread of AMR to several factors, including misuse of antimicrobial agents, the presence of substandard and falsified products, and irresponsible drug handling. Now to security, the air component of Operation Adinkai has destroyed the terrorist food depot and killed several insurgents during an airstrike on their enclave at Jubilarab in the Chumbans area of Lake Chad Basin. This was revealed in a statement released by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force Air Commodore Olushola Akimboyewa, on Monday in Abuja. Adeboyewa stated that NAF aircraft carried out the operation on 23 November at a strategic location identified through meticulous intelligence effort. The location was described as a critical food storage site and a sanctuary for terrorist commanders and fighters. He added that intelligence had linked the terrorists in the area to recent attacks, including an assault on troops in Khartoum on 16 November. In response, NAF fighter jets launched a robust air interdiction mission, destroying identified structures such as storage facilities and neutralizing terrorists on site. He further noted that the success of the operation was facilitated by extensive intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions conducted over several days, which confirmed the presence of terrorist structure camouflaged under dense vegetations. In the bid to curb proliferation of illegal arms, ammunition, child trafficking, and other illegal acts through its border towns, Oyo State government has pledged to reward security personnel and citizens who help apprehend perpetrators of such dastardly acts. The Special Advisor to the State Governor on Homeland Security, retired Assistant Comptroller General of Immigration, ACG, Segun Adegoke, stated this when he led the Security Committee on a sensitization tour of the state's border town. Adegoke said that based on security reports and the interception of some trucks filled with arms and ammunition, the state governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, mandated the security committee to visit and inform about the community in the state on measures taken to stem the illegal acts. He stressed the purpose of the visit was to sensitize and educate relevant security stakeholders within the border towns on the dangers of possession of illegal arms and migration of irregular foreigners as they pose security threat to lives and properties. The local government visited Wajowa, Wirili, Shaki East Local Government, Ishain Local Government and Ibarakwan North Local Government, where they had meetings with local government chairmen, border patrol security personnel, traditional rulers and the interactive session with the people of the various local governments.
They should give us information, actionable information, and the root causes of importation of arms are insecurity, communal clashes. They should endeavor to live in peace and unity among themselves. So the need for the possession and use of arms and ammunition will be reduced or eliminated.
The security issue, we're all stakeholders in protecting our people. So it's not just a job. We have to support the effort of the executive government. And that is why I like what you say. If you see something, you must say something.
My message to them is to maintain peace and cooperate with the state government on the issue of proliferation of small arms. Everybody that has arms, you have to submit it to government. My message to them is to live in peace and orderliness.
And still on security, police operatives in Katsina State have rescued successfully 14 passengers from kidnapping by bandits in Den Arau village in Megama Jibia local government area. The police spokesperson of the command, ASP Abubakar Aliyu, who stated this in a statement, said the incident occurred on Sunday at about 7:55 p.m. Aliyu explained that suspected armed bandits attacked two commercial vehicles on the road with the intent of abducting the occupants. Aliyu, however, said two rescued victims suffered gunshot injuries and were rushed to the hospital for immediate medical attention. He said that efforts were ongoing to apprehend the fleeing suspect as the investigation proceeds. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Aliyu Abubakar Musa, while commending the officer's exceptional display of gallantry and dedication to duty, charged them to sustain the tempo. He further urged the public with useful information on suspected criminal activities to continue to report to the nearest police station promptly. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and some other medical experts have raised concerns over latest statistics indicating 14.3 million Nigerians have been involved in one form of substance abuse in the last 6 months. The concerns were expressed at a workshop on drug use at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, where speakers reviewed that primary school students are also now involved in the menace of drug abuse, according to statistics. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, in his remarks, advised addicts to seek help early.
Anything trying to tempt you into drug, please avoid it like plague. Some get out of it, but it's more difficult to get out of it. And it's better that you don't get into it at all. If you have made the first mistake, getting addicted,
Speaker after speaker called on federal and state government to ensure strict application to the law against drug cartels.
Of substance use, drug use is on the increase, and the major reason is availability. It's available, there are laws, but the laws are not being followed. Just like the National Assembly just enacted a new bill and law that life imprisonment if you are involved. It has been said, is it being followed? Will it be followed? So availability of the substance, and from our experience, we discovered that even those that are meant to control the substance are involved in the business because it sells a lot, and everybody wants to make money. That is where, as a nation, we have missed it.
It will be that primordial level of prevention. There's need for strong legislation against substance abuse. We need to have very strong legislation because these substances are not supposed to be available. The availability is much in our environment, and the government needs to legislate to reduce this demand. This drug demand needs to be reduced in our society.
Taking drugs is not good. Because take drugs, it is very bad for the brain. That it can make some enzyme in your brain not function. When you take like Indian cocaine and all that stuff, it can make you think abnormally and make you do stuff that you are not supposed to do.
Now we move to the international desk for the news.
Hello and welcome to the foreign news. The supreme leader of Iran, which backs the Hamas and Hezbollah militants fighting Israel in Gaza and Lebanon, said that death sentences should be issued for Israeli leaders, not arrest warrants. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was commenting on a decision by the International Criminal Court to issue arrest warrant on Thursday for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, its former defense chief and the Hamas leader, Ibrahim al-Masri. The decision was met with outrage in Israel, which called it shameful and absurd. Gaza residents expressed hope it would help end the violence and bring those responsible for war crimes to justice. Israel has rejected the jurisdiction of the Hague-based court and denies war crimes in Gaza. The warrant for a Hamas leader, Ibrahim al-Masri, lists charges of mass killings during the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel that triggered the war on the long-blockaded Palestinian enclave, and also charges of rape and the taking of hostages. An estimated 1,200 Israelis were killed in the 2023 Hamas attack, and 43,000 Palestinians have died in the ongoing war in Gaza.
And that's it for now, but do join us